Video technology is everywhere. Its use poses unique opportunities and unique challenges for all of us. The same is true for police. If a video recording becomes a standard part of interactions with citizens, those who protect and serve may be forced to make some difficult changes in how they execute their public responsibilities. And the honest witness that video can provide is all too absent from many of law enforcement's most intense interactions.
The technical difference between a SWAT raid and a home invasion is razor thin, and there's no reason not to roll tape when police kick in a door.
In a SWAT raid, you have a team of police officers who are dressed like soldiers, equipped like soldiers, trained in paramilitary tactics, and you're making a dynamic entry into a home. You're taking down the door of the battering ram. You're probably deploying a flash grenade. You're coming in with automatic weapons. You're throwing everyone on the ground at gunpoint. These are very sort of volatile, high-stakes raids with a very low margin for error. And oftentimes there are disputes about what happened during the raid.
We're talking about 7-year-old Ayanna Jones.
She was asleep, and they came through the door shooting, throwing flash grenades.
This is any parent's worst nightmare. It is also any police officer's worst nightmare. And today, this nightmare is all too real.
Detroit police have said the shot was accidentally fired from inside the home.
Apparently, somehow the gun, according to Detroit police, went off. They're calling it an accident.
I'm telling you that he pulled the trigger and shot into the house. That's not an accident.
In May 2010, Ayanna Jones was shot and killed by police who were executing a no-knock search warrant at her father's home. Police were looking for a murder suspect. They were made aware that children did live in the home before they forced their way in.
The medical examiner found that Ayanna had been shot in the top of the head. That alone should prompt the broader use of video in police raids.
There's no reason why, in addition to all this other equipment that they're wearing, they can't have a helmet-mounted video camera that every officer could wear. They're relatively inexpensive. The video can be recorded in a untamperable form. And then you have a sort of an unbiased witness to what's going on here.
Getting this kind of accountability that comes with making accurate recordings of a citizen's encounter with a police officer has every likelihood of helping police officers just as much as it helps citizens. Again, when everybody is behaving properly and doing their job right, no one needs to worry about having that interaction accurately recorded.
Police have often shown reluctance to record their intense interactions with citizens. Motorcyclist Anthony Graber, after some risky maneuvering on a public road, learned that Maryland law enforcement takes a dim view of citizens who want to record the police.
Graber was riding his motorcycle on I-95, taping the experience with a helmet-mounted camera, capturing driving fast, popping wheelies, as well as the police officer that pulled him over. The first officer that approached Graber did so with gun drawn and badge not visible. For the first 4 seconds of this encounter, it looks like a carjacking.
Get off the motorcycle. Get off the motorcycle. Get off the motorcycle. State police. See your hands. Put your hands up.
Graber posted video of his intense traffic stop on YouTube, and then 6 state troopers showed up at his house and arrested him for felony violations of the state wiretap statute.
Wiretapping laws were designed to prevent the illegal interception of private communications and to use them as a way to threaten and intimidate citizens, to prevent them from recording, making accurate recordings with their interaction with police officers. Is a real perversion of these laws.
Thankfully, for Anthony Graber's sake, the Attorney General of Maryland agrees and recently issued an advisory opinion saying that it's unlikely that an encounter between a citizen and a law enforcement officer in the context of a traffic stop, that recording that probably won't violate the Maryland wiretap statute. The video of a woman's arrest at the Preakness shows a gotcha moment, the use of force at the end of an encounter with none of the context that came before it. This woman deserved to be arrested. She assaulted someone and then assaulted the 2 officers that responded to the complaint. One officer repeats the claim being made in the Graber case, that it is illegal to record anyone's voice in the state of Maryland.
No, I don't know. I was just saying. Do me a favor, take a walk. Now. me a favor and turn that off. It's illegal to videotape anybody's voice or anything else against the law in the state of Maryland. Do me a favor, please.
You know, there's a couple of really troubling things about the Preakness arrest. One is the blatant misstatement of Maryland law by the police officer, who essentially tells the woman who's videotaping the police that it's illegal in Maryland to make a recording, a video or other recording of public officials or of anybody in public. That's just false. Maryland law does not say that. On another level, it's troubling because citizens have a constitutional right to record the activities of public officials exactly like what that woman was doing in that setting. So he not only gets the actual law wrong, he also doesn't appear to realize that the Constitution protects exactly what she was doing.
In some cases, an accurate recording of a police encounter changes everything. In March 2010, John McKenna was skipping for joy after the University of Maryland defeated Duke in college basketball. He was confronted by several Prince George's County officers mounted on horseback. McKenna was arrested and charged with felonies for assaulting police.
When his attorney subpoenaed the video from the security camera that was focused on that corner, the video was produced with the relevant 90 seconds missing. It had just gone missing. Well, imagine that. This kid was not threatening anybody. He wasn't even being provocative in any way, and he was gang tackled by 3 police officers, and they beat the hell out of him with their nightsticks.
And the video made all the difference. If it hadn't come to light, then the 4 officers who had in fact assaulted him would still be on the job and wouldn't be facing state and federal investigation.
Now, this is in the same state now that is Maryland that is arresting people for recording police officers, and I think it demonstrates the social value in having this very explicit right that I think needs to come from the Attorney General or from the state legislature, that it will always be legal to record on-duty police officers, and that that right cannot be taken away from you.
Cameras are everywhere, and they can be a valuable tool for transparency and accountability in law enforcement. Not only should the average citizen be able to film if they think the actions of an officer are out of line, but police should employ cameras. They provide great evidence, and if there's a question, it'll show, was their use of force justified?